Hey, Jazz, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Really appreciate you taking the time to do this. And lots going on with you and Impact. What is it that brought you to Impact in the first place?
What brought me to Impact was my good friend Jordan Grace. Yes,
Sure.
she had her eye set on the prize of being the Knockouts Tag Team Champion, and I'm just honored for her to choose me to be the partner to try to take those.
Yeah. When you win that, because I'm not saying if, I'm saying when you win that,
There you
uh,
go, man.
that won't be your first championship. This is not your first run on television. For close to 20 years, we've been seeing you on television. And it's not a legitimate wrestling company unless Jazz has been there. I think that's
Thank you.
that's safe to say. No
Thanks.
exceptions right there. Is there a career accomplishment that you're most proud of at this point?
Yes, sir. A lot of people don't realize this, and those that do, they really don't say much about it. I'm the first African American woman to go in Mania. I WrestleMania 18. I'm the first African American woman to walk out as a champion and return in the back and announced and still the WWE Women's Champion.
Right.
That's my biggest accomplishment right there.
Well, a lot of people would kind of have that one accomplishment and then their whole life rest on that. And by no means were you resting on that. In fact, we can say you did much more after that.
Yes, sir.
Being a long-term champion. So the Impact roster is just off the charts talented. There's no shortage of people that are exciting to watch. Did you know a lot of the people though before you signed with Impact?
I did. I didn't know every last one of them. There's a few I never worked with. I never worked with Tasha. When I say work with, I mean on shows.
Sure.
Um, I had never been on a show with Tennille, but the rest of them, I've kind of been around the other girls for quite a long time. It's like I watched them grow up, you know.
Yeah, Impact has been taping, as far as I know, still in Nashville. Is that
Yes.
a city that you'd spent a lot of time in over the years?
No, not at all. Performed there a few times when I was the NWA Women's Champion in Nashville, but no, that's not a town that I've been in too many times.
Got it. Lafayette, Louisiana, if I've done my research correctly, has been your home for a long time.
Yes, and I'm currently now living in San Antonio, Texas. This is where I have my school, along with my husband Rodney Mack and Thunder Rosa, the Dog Pound Dojo.
The Dog Pound Dojo. Who came up
Yeah.
with that name?
Well, Rodney and I, we've been having this school for probably over 20 years. And it's been a dog pound since we started. And when Thunder Rosa teamed up with us, she's called herself, she's a pit bull. So she's like the perfect name because we're all dogs.
Well, I asked who came up with the name Dog Pound because we've seen like three pop culture dog pounds. We've seen Snoop Dogg's group was the Dog Pound on Death Row. We
Mhm.
see Randy Jackson tried to co-opt it with
What up, dog?
exactly. You're in the Dog Pound if you were good enough.
Yeah.
But if you're saying 20-ish years, you predated Randy Jackson, but were after Snoop.
I guess. Here's the thing. Rodney was raised on a pit bull farm. He was raised up around over 100 pit bulls. So he's most definitely a dog at heart. And him and I have been together for 20 years. So I guess you can say, I'm a female dog too. And I'm gonna say it the nice way.
Yeah, you are one of those competitors that
Yes.
everyone is afraid of, but like in a good way. It's
Mhm.
not kind of afraid of oh my god, she's not nice. It's oh my god, she's going to kill me in that ring, but be really nice when she gets out of that ring. You've always been in the business, that kind of thing. And
Yes.
people always have had wonderful, pleasant things to say about you. Were you ever kind of worried about that Jazz would have such a nice reputation?
No, I never thought of it that way. I'm just a genuine, I give you who I am, um, what you see is what you get, again, there's Jazz out of the ring, and then once I'm in the ring, that switch turns on, then I turn into the phenom.
Yeah. Was the goal when you were younger to be wrestling this many years? Did you say, hey, I'm going to have a 20+ year career?
No, I never really said that, but once I got into it, I knew I would have a long run if injuries didn't prevent me. I'm so blessed, man. This business has really been great to me. Been blessed to travel around the world and wrestle so many wonderful, talented women, throughout the world. And, I'm still trying to hang in there, but it's coming to an end very soon. I'm trying to do this tour, get this over and focus more on my school and, another company I work with, SWE, and that's what I'm looking forward to. That's my future. And also watching my girls develop into this business. I have twin girls that are 12 years old. They're training. So I'm my plate's still full with that.
Yeah, you just answered my next question halfway, which is that let's say your dad was in the Beatles. At a certain point, you go like, even though my dad was in the Beatles, oh, dad, you're so uncool, you're so lame. I was going to ask, how do your twin daughters think of wrestling? Do they like it?
Yes, they love it. They've always been around it. I actually wrestled 3 months pregnant. I didn't know it. so they've been around it all of their lives. And as soon as they turned 6 weeks old, I took them to the first match. I was trying to get back into swing of things. So they've been around it all their lives, they have their favorites. Of course, they claim they're fans of mom and dad's, but you know how that is.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Going with the name Jazz here. Are you a big music fan?
Yes and no. I'm not a big jazz music fan. I really don't listen to jazz. Honestly, I love gospel. That's my favorite. I love gospel.
Do any photos exist of you and DJ Jazzy Jeff?
No, none whatsoever. It would be cool though.
Hopefully that can eventually happen. But
Yes.
on the gospel end, are you yourself a singer at all?
I used to try. I used to sing in a church choir. I wanted to be a singer. That was my first love, singing, honestly. My dad, I grew up watching my dad. My dad was a gospel singer. He was in quartet groups and he traveled all around and I was right there with him, so that's where the love came in.
Wow.
The gospel, yes.
When you're training, when you're doing physical activities, music, do you have it on or do you have
Yes,
to have
I
it
do.
off?
Yes, I do.
So
If
do
I'm
you
in the
train the
gym with
gospel?
with my earbuds on, I'm listening to gospel. Yes.
Not the Rocky IV soundtrack?
No, I'm listening to gospel. Yes.
Well, I just got two quick questions for you and then you're free. And the first one is, what's your favorite show on TV these days besides Impact Wrestling on Access TV?
Yes. My favorite show today, I would have to say The Haves and the Have-Nots.
What channel is that on? I don't know that.
That's on OWN. That's one of Tyler Perry's shows on OWN.
Oh, not a reality show, but it's made in Atlanta?
No. Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Okay, you're broadening my horizons here. I appreciate it. And my closing question to you is, Jazz, any last words for the kids?
For the kids, or, oh, wow. First of all, depending on the age of these kids, these millennials, a lot of them don't know jazz.
If that's the case, that's wrong. We need to fix that.
I just tell them,
don't
hey,
think that's the case.
You need to go YouTube me, baby. Yes. And that's what I love about, this. You can't erase history.
Mm-hmm.
People always tell me you're so underrated. You don't get the acknowledgments that you deserve. And I'm like, baby, it's in black and white. It can't be erased. So if you need to know who I am, anything about me, Google.
And the best social media to find you on?
The best social media to find me on and contact me is Twitter. That's phenom_jazz. I have an Instagram account, but I'm never really on there. My plate is pretty full right now, and I'm trying to get more on Twitter. If I can get on there once a week, I've done great. But that's how you can contact me, and for any future bookings or whatever, seminars, I'm available, and that's book.phenomjazz@gmail.com.
Awesome. Thank you for the many years of entertainment. Looking forward to seeing you being a tag team champion in the near future. And please send my best to Rodney. I do not want to be in the White Boy Challenge, but that was one of the greatest things that he did. I love that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Keep it up.
Yes. All right.
Paltrocast.